Hours to go till the St. George Lebanese Film Festival officially launches its 2-week festival showcasing Lebanese cinema with the opening night, which will include one of this year's biggest Lebanese films, Ghad. Also during the festival, we have another film which is going to be screened tomorrow at 9 p.m, Crushed. Joining us today, Australian Lebanese director and screenwriter Megan Riakos, who wrote this film and directed it. Good morning, Megan. How are you?
Lovely to see you. Thank you for having me today.
First of all, Megan, tell us about your film, Crushed.
Crushed is a mystery thriller set on a vineyard, so we shot out in Mudgee. And it's basically about a young girl a woman who's been estranged from her family for a few years, and she's living in the big city, and she gets a call from her mother saying that her father's been killed in a terrible accident on the winery. So she goes home for the funeral and finds out it wasn't an accident at all, it was a murder. And the mum turns out to be the prime suspect. So it's a bit of a whodunit, a mystery thriller. So we have to try and find out who the killer is and why they did it.
Why did you write this movie, this film particularly?
I have been writing scripts for about 8 years, and always trying to come across the script that I would make my first feature. And all of my scripts were really big budget, and there's no way I could do that as a first film. So in the beginning of 2013, I decided I was going to come up with a smaller scale project. So I decided, okay, what's an interesting genre that I could write in? And I really like thrillers. And I thought, what kind of themes am I interested in? And I'd seen this amazing documentary called The Staircase, about a man who is accused of killing his wife, and they both have children from previous marriages, and his children think he's innocent and her children think he's guilty. And I thought, isn't that really interesting? Imagine if that happened with your parents, and all these secrets start coming out about them. Who do you trust? These are people who you've trusted since you were born. So I thought that's a really interesting kind of concept. And then I thought, okay, well, I don't have a whole lot of money, so what's an interesting place I could set this story? And I remembered that my friend's family had owned a vineyard out in Mudgee, and I just was very cheeky and asked them whether they would let me come film. And that's pretty much how Crushed was born.
So you saved a lot of money.
Yes.
You didn't have to
I had no money to spend.
It seems that you are inspired by the mystery thriller genre, right?
Absolutely.
And you've done pretty well in this movie. How did you bring this project to life? I mean, we know that the film industry is very expensive and you need a lot of big budget even for a film like this. I mean, you need a big budget. So how did it go? Was it hard? I heard that it cost about mid-six figures, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep. I think the reason I was able to pull this film off is because I have a background in the film industry. So I used to work as an assistant director and in art department and also in production. So that's over an 8-year period. So I made a lot of contacts during that period. I also got a lot of really practical skills. So although I'm a storyteller, I'm a writer and I'm a director and very creative, I also have the really practical skills to get something made, shot, funded, that kind of stuff. So I basically called on every single favour that I could ever possibly call upon.
That's the case with every screenwriter and director at the beginning.
Exactly. You've got to find people also who are as passionate as you. And the other thing that I was very lucky is I studied at the Australian Film, Television, Radio School, and I met a lot of other very talented and passionate people who were on a similar path to me. So I was able to find my cinematographer, my editor, my sound designer, all of those guys all came to school with me, and we were all ready to make our first feature together. So it meant that it wasn't just me with this crazy idea. I had a team of people with me.
And you crushed it.
And we crushed it.
You crushed it. What are the main obstacles for Australians from Lebanese background in the Australian film industry?
I think it's getting your films out there, getting your ideas out there and finding that audience. I think what's really great about Lebanese Film Festival is they help to spotlight Lebanese issues, and it's not just about specifically Lebanese, but I guess it's a different perspective compared to the mainstream films that you often see in Australia.
This is your fourth year. I mean, you did participate in the Lebanese Film Festival previously with many short films, and this is your first feature film, right?
Correct.
Okay. Are you willing to do films about the Lebanese community in the future?
Absolutely. I'm someone who looks for stories that resonate on a universal level, and then I also look at areas that I have access to. And obviously, my father, originally from Lebanon, moved to Australia when he was 5. I'm looking for that right story that I think I can achieve, in the budget constraints that we have, that relates to my heritage, which I think would be amazing.
Your dad did help you in a film, I heard.
My dad did. He saved the day. He made a special cameo appearance as one of the bartenders in the film.
Cool.
And he did a really great job. He's a secret actor inside.
Well, now he's an actor. You made him as an actor.
Exactly. He'll have to have a cameo in every movie now.
And what about your mum? Your mum is American, right?
So my mum's American, yeah. They both immigrated to Australia when they were children.
Mix.
I do.
Lebanese, American, Australian.
It gives me access to the world.
Absolutely.
It's amazing.
Absolutely.
But yeah, my mum actually had she had a bit part as well. I often tell people if they were doing a drinking game while they watched my movie, and every time they saw a Riakos, they had to take a shot, they would be in hospital, because there are so many Riakoses in this film. And I think that's the thing, my family is very, very important to me, and having that family support is another secret to getting a film like this completed.
Absolutely. Megan, before getting into the film industry, you did dancing for years. For 7 years.
Yes, I used to be a belly dancer. I've always been a filmmaker, but you need to have many, many skills in order to make a living in Australia. And one of those skills was belly dancing. So I actually made a short film that the Lebanese Film Festival put on in their very first year called The Eye of the Beholder, that kind of looked at culturally the way belly dance is perceived in different areas in Australia. So
you spoke about how the Lebanese community look at it, and also how the Australian community looks at it.
That's right, yeah. And it's this idea of, I guess, the beauty of belly dancing, and I guess it's, you kind of throw off your inhibitions, and you get to, it's fun, it's energetic, it's, the Lebanese know how to party, and, when you are lucky enough to go and perform at somebody's wedding for them, it's a whole lot of fun.
The screening is due tomorrow for your film. What is your message to our listeners?
I hope that you can get along to the screening. So we're at 9 p.m. tomorrow at Hoyts, Bankstown, and also get along to some of the other great films that are on at the Lebanese Film Festival. It's an amazing opportunity to get access to some of these great world movies.
So that is tomorrow after 9. For people who want to purchase tickets, they can through their website, lff.org.au. It is a fascinating movie that I'm sure all listeners would love to watch. Do we have still tickets?
Yes, there's still a few tickets, but you better get in quick.
Any final word you would like to say to our listeners?
Thank you for having me on the station, and get out there and support independent films and the Lebanese Film Festival.
Thank you very much for your time. That was director and screenwriter Megan Riakos. أحبائي المستمعين، متابعة لبرنامجنا مثل ما سمعنا خلال هذا اللقاء. ميغان رياكوس هي كاتبة ومخرجة هذا الفيلم، فيلم بعنوان كراش تم تصويره بمنطقة ماجي. بتحكي القصة عن بنت راحت إلى ماجي، وهناك في المنطقة بتكتشف أنه في قضية، وبتكتشف أنه الأم لم تمت نتيجة حادث عادي طبيعي، إنما في جريمة. ومن هون بيبدأوا بالبحث عن الفاعل أو عن المجرم. القصة رائعة، بتمنى عليكم أنكم تحضروا الفيلم، وخصوصا أنه ميغان من الجالية اللبنانية، والدها لبناني، اجى على أستراليا كان عمره 5 سنين. ميغان من المبدعات بهالمجال، قدمت الكثير من الأفلام بمهرجان الأفلام اللبنانية سابقا، أفلام قصيرة، وهيدا أول فيلم طويل لها بتقدمه ضمن هذا المهرجان. بكرة بينعرض بتمام الساعة 9 عشية. ليلي حابين يحضروا يمكنهم أنهم يزوروا الموقع أونلاين. موقع المهرجان هو lebanesefilmfestival.com.au. هيدي الويب سايت للحجز lff.org.au. بتمنى لكم صبحية كتير حلوة برفقتنا، ولقائي معكم مستمر لغاية الساعة 11. نتوقف مع بريك صغيرة، من بعدها بنكمل بقية فقرات برنامجنا لليوم. كونوا معنا.
www.صوتالغد.com.au. صوت الغد. بوقت الكون عم يركض بسباق التقنيات وتحدي المراتب، سيارة واحدة من أجيال لليوم ما حدا قدر يسبقها، مرسيدس بنز. وتتسوق السيارة الأفضل زوروا المحل الأفضل. بيتر وارد مرسيدس بنز. Don't miss out. سألوا عن